Hey everybody, Adam Box here, and welcome back to another tech unboxing. In this video I have an Xbox One controller from Dell. Well, I bought it from Dell. I don't see Dell labeled anywhere on the box, but I bought it from Dell's store for half off. It's actually 20 bucks, whereas Xbox One controllers usually go about 40 to 60 bucks. This is a wired controller, and it is labeled mini series, as in it's supposed to be smaller, so that we shall find out. It is Xbox One officially licensed mini series wired controller from PowerA. Amplify your experience. It says it has impulse triggers, which means, means just that they're a bit more buttons instead of pull down triggers. Dual rumble motors, which is expected. Nano size ergonomics for comfort, which just means that it's smaller. No batteries required because it's wired. No spawn camping, I'd beg to differ. And a 9.8 foot or 3 meters cable, 3 meter long cable, which is pretty good. Not compatible with Xbox One accessories that require an expansion port. So we'll see here. My big test is to see whether or not it's compatible with PC. The mini-series proves big things come in small packages. While compact in size, each controller dishes up a heaping helping of functionality and awesome gameplay. Our minis are just the right size and then some. Well, let's find that out. Inside the box, we have a controller and a user manual. Why would you possibly need a user manual for a controller? Yeah, it basically just says plug it in and turn on your Xbox in multiple languages. Can't even throw it away effectively. And then we have the controller itself here. Now it is quite tiny. It reminds me of my first wireless original Xbox controller, which was a GameStop brand, I want to say, but it was a little wireless controller for the original Xbox, and it was about this size. It is very, very tiny. It is super glossy, and therefore is going to get super gross very quick. It's already picking up palm prints and fingerprints and prints galore. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to look quite gross. I hate glossy black plastic on anything. It does have the Xbox button in the middle, the share and start buttons on the side of it, and they are very, very small. The Xbox button's actually not centered. Like, I don't think that, like, it doesn't matter, it's just the sticker of the X, but it's like turned a little bit. And you have these impulse triggers, which do feel really, really good. They're not buttons, they're still springy triggers, but those actually feel like some of the best triggers I've used, so they did good with that. And the weight is just right. It could be a tiny bit heavier for me, but a lot of people like really light controllers, so that'll depend on the person, but the weight is about perfect. Those triggers do feel really good, and the buttons, the bumper buttons are quite clicky. I like that. And your thumbsticks are kind of meh. They're weird plastic with a decent little grip texture on the sides of the circle of it. But it looks like they may be smaller, so I'll have to grab a KontrolFreek and see if they can even attach. And the regular ABXY buttons aren't too mushy, but they're definitely not anywhere near clicky or tactile as the bumpers. Same thing with the start and select buttons, and the D-pad they're a little mushy, but you still know you're hitting the button. It's not just compressing down. And then the thumbstick buttons are quite clicky. And you do have a very long and very thick USB cable, which still breaks off into this weird connector like the Xbox 360 cable did. And then it just plugs in via USB to your console and hopefully PC here. It does have some plastic molding lines running down the middle, but it's barely noticeable. But my big thing is, oh, and it's got a big old scuff on the bottom. That's lovely. Got a couple little scratches. I'm not gonna notice that while playing though. My biggest thing though is it's super glossy and it's already getting really gross looking just by me holding it, and that's pretty sad. I keep clean hands. I did recently put on lotion, so that may be showing, but I mean, all I gotta do is touch it once, so I don't know. All right, so I just went and hooked it up to my computer and just to see if it works, and it immediately detected it. It detected it as Xbox One Mini, so it even detects specifically what it is, not just a standard Xbox One controller, and it worked just fine. So if you find it on sale like I did for 20 bucks, it's not a bad deal. For 40 bucks, it's also not a bad deal. It's probably cheaper just because it's wired and smaller and third party to some degree, although it's officially licensed. But I'm never all that happy with the Logitech game controllers, and I needed a second a second game controller for my PC for my fiance and I to play together. And I used the Xbox 360 controller, so now we have two. So that's gonna work pretty well. The only issue is it's always gonna look pretty gross, and I'm gonna have to keep like a microfiber cloth and clean it off whenever we use it so it doesn't look too bad, but it'll work just fine. And the 9.8 feet long cable is perfect. I think that's longer than my 360 cable, so that's really awesome. So I'm happy with the controller. Let me do a KontrolFreek fit test real quick just to see if the thumbsticks fit on there. All right, this is an important test for me because I use these on pretty much all game controllers, though I prefer a different model of them. But here I've got me some KontrolFreek FPS Freek Prestiges, which is just a limited edition one they ran, so I'm not gonna keep it on there full time. But I did want to do a quick fit test here. And it is too big. The thumbstick, since it's a smaller thumbstick, the thumbstick will not fit on there. So that is something to keep in mind is, while yeah, I can sit the KontrolFreek on there and use it, it's not going to stay on there on its own. Yeah, it just falls off. So if you want to just hold it on there and then keep pressure on it, it will work, but then it flies off when you're done. So not KontrolFreek compatible, though they may make for other consoles or something smaller ones at some point in time. The current Xbox 360 size ones will not fit you. So that's been my video on the PowerA mini series officially licensed Xbox One controller, which also works with PC. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and I will catch you in a future video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check links in the description below to our YouTube network, to other channels, our Amazon affiliate page, things like that, link to where you can find this product, and I will see you later.